'Twas the night before the last tipping point. Subtitle: How Fox News Will Ruin All Future Christmases If We Let Them, by Kevin Poe. 'Twas the night before the last tipping point, and all across the earth, our mama, nobody seemed to care, not even former President Obama. The stockings were hung by the air conditioner with care, knowing St. Nicholas would appreciate some cool air. The children were crying softly in their sweaty beds, while memories of drowning polar bears floundered in their heads. Mama under a wet towel, and for my pillow an ice pack. We had just settled down for a long winter's nap, when all at once our stilt house began to totter. I sprang from the bed to see who was stealing our fresh water. Away to the desalinator I flew like a floozy, shouting obscenities and brandishing my Uzi. The light pollution glowing in the smog overhead gave the luster of midday, but more orangish and red. Did I mention that a 25-meter sea level rise did transpire? 'Cause along came a pontoon sleigh harnessed to 8 climate change deniers. The little old driver was so vengeful and ticked, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. Barely keeping heads above water, his beasts of burden strained, and he scorned and he jeered them, and he called them by surname. "Paddle, Palin! Keep kicking, Kelly! Hustle along now, Hemner and Hennedy! Dog paddle, Ducey! Crawl, Cavuto! Butterfly, beck and bear with all your insanity!" Your lies metastasize doubt, causing green legislation to stall. So now repent away, repent away, repent away all. You sold your honor and celebrity to big oil and big coal, who drowned my reindeer by melting away the North Pole. Blue electric tendrils shot from Santa's taser, jolting them to climb, pulling his sleigh atop our house in surprisingly little time. And louder than the electrical zaps I heard on the roof was the whimpering and moaning of each Fox News doof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the solar tube came St. Nick with a bound. Unlike C.C. Moore, I won't take 14 lines to describe the gay elf, but suffice it to say, he was the low-carbon version of himself. Beardless and fur-free, he heat-adapted with red silk, which kept him both cool and didn't stain from spilt milk. Our cookies he rejected, 'cause he could smell the chocolate was Swiss, then lectured me about eating locally and how ignorance was bliss. Rechargeables went in Timmy's stocking, not those old throwaways, and a solar charger to power his e-toys for thousands of days. Steel water bottle for Kimmy. No more plastic in the Pacific from her, said Santa. Recycling is good, but reduce and reuse, I prefer. A less beef and low methane cookbook my missus done got gave me pure copper ammo, which outperforms my lead shot. All of our old cleansers he did confiscate. That bold little geezer switched them with dioxin-free new ones. He's a real planet pleaser. Must want your grandchildren to hate you, he accused with all his might. or you'd already have switched to LEDs. They save money and produce healthier light. Upon replacing the last bulb, he proclaimed, "This'll last you 20 years. With the money saved, you could buy 3 lifetimes worth of beers." "Thanks," said I, when he began to lay a finger aside of his nose. "But take our elevator," I offered. "All the way up. It goes." Grumbling something about planet repairs, he opted to take the stairs. When we got to the roof, his Fox News reindeer replacements were still there. "Can you make them fly?" I asked, wondering if climate change had made his magic fail. "Yes, but too big of carbon footprint. What this country needed was high-speed rail." A last gift he threw me, as the 8 liars swam him out of sight. "It's a time portal," he explained, his voice disappearing into the night. The device had this note: "Send a poem back through time, include rhymes. Warn 'em about this night before Christmas, even if you need 8 extra lines. But don't send it to the 1990s. They're too busy making money. In the anti-science 2000s, they'll probably just find it funny. But in 2012, that might be the perfect year to make a new green global start. Hopefully they'll keep our planet from becoming one big stinking wet fart." Merry Christmas, fellow Earthlings, and hopefully a better New Year.